Congratulations on your everything. Yes. He's been promoted to a regional role for flying.
Okay.
Flight.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry.
Oh, you were talking. Oh, you are? Okay. This will be great. Okay. When did you took over?
I took over June. You said something up there. Is that right? We're going to, yeah, here.
Good. Remember, it's 8:30 in the lobby. Go bring it. Lobby here and then we move. Okay.
He's speaking somewhere, so that's why he's coming out.
I request it should be done by
6:30, he's got something.
something at 6:30 to make a presentation, and then 8 o'clock. Okay. Ending up in the lobby and go to the rear garden.
Okay, very good. Good way to drown all our sorrows.
Rebecca, saying you two seem to get along well.
Here we go again. And then I spoke to Gerard tomorrow. I'm still waiting for them to get back. They said do it. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. And I'd like to thank all of the sponsors, our supporters who came today, as well as our judges and guests who will be properly introduced in a few minutes. So to start this briefing, I'd like to introduce the President of the Asia CEO Awards, Ms. Rebecca Bustamante, to give us a formal welcome.
Thank you, Iya. That's very nice. This is a scary moment being with all the very successful people. First, good morning. My name is Rebecca Bustamante, the President of Asia CEO Awards, presented by American Express this year. The Asia CEO Awards, with all its noble intentions, is to make possible by the generous support of people and organizations who have taken the time and allotted the resources to help promote the Philippines. They are here with us today. Friends, allow me to introduce Asia CEO Awards major sponsors. So let me start with very close to me here, Mr. PLDT, Joby Hernandez. Yeah, he is the PLDT VP and Head of Corporate Business Group and Smart Enterprise Sales and Marketing. I sit down with Mr. Joby last month, and I'm so proud listening to all their projects and how they're looking for Philippines. Thank you for that. And of course, we have Mr. Mitch Locsin. He's very new with PLDT. I'm so happy to join, and he is the one actually who start or the pioneer of business processing outsourcing for Philippines. Thank you, Mitch. We also have Pressy here with them. Working with them is very, very good. And of course, Pressy. Please give them also a round of applause. Next, we have founding sponsor, Jones Lang Lasal, Mr. Leslie Orr. Jones Lang Lasal Issue has transacted about 92% of total office space in Fort Bonifacio. And Of course, not only that, for BPO office list transactions outside Metro Manila, they did 90%. Congratulations, Sheila. I know you did a lot of sales for that. So let us give Lindsay, or Chief Operating Officer, and of course, Sheila Lubien, a round of applause. After last year's event, American Express came to us to take a very major sponsorship role in the event, and we are pleased about their partner. The Card Issuing Division Business Head, Ms. Ophelia Canyan. Video is very special to us because they are also last year winner of the Executive Leadership Team of the Year Award presented by KPMG, of course, Mr. Noel Bonoan. Of course, Ophelia, we are very proud for you having with us today. Thank you. I would also like to welcome American Express Senior Leader Astos Agrawal. He's the Vice President, Head of Commercial Card in Japan, Asia Pacific, and also Australia. Thanks for being here. We also have Mantush. Where's Mantush? Again. Okay. He is the Director and Business Development. Okay. We also have Varsha Jagdali. Where is, yeah, here she is. Can you give her a round of applause? She's the Director of Business Development Manager. Now we have Sujit, that we work very hard with, okay? Sujit Mitra. He is the American Express Marketing Consultant. He's a very nice man. Give him a round of applause. At the center, of course, we have Richard Mills. He's listening, of course. Yeah, Richard Mills is the chairman of the Asia CEO Awards. Okay, and Richard will tell us more about the awards in a few minutes. Let me move on and welcome another founding sponsor, KPMG.
Thank you.
Yeah. Noel Bonoan, of course, is a very nice man. KPMG is one of the fastest growing professional services. Okay. In the country that provides audit, tax, and advisory services to their clients. Their high-performing pool of professionals have access to a global network of resources that allows them to become more than just professionals, but advisors to their clients, helping them cut through the complexities of the business environment. Aside from being a sponsor, KPMG is also overseeing the judging process for this year's award. Next, we have Northgate Lorenzo. Okay. Northgate Lorenzo is another founding sponsor, not only the country's largest, but also the world's foremost HR organization here. Northgate Lorenzo, represented by their esteemed country manager. Okay, congratulations, the new GM for Northgate Lorenzo. And Montenegro. Northgate Lorenzo has exhibited its faith in Philippines talent by moving a lot of their global process to Philippines. Of course, lastly, let's move on Getty Images. Get Creative, the Philippines representative of Getty Images, is also a major sponsor of these awards and represented by their GM. Okay. General Manager Maria Gracia Chua. Getty Images is the world's leading digital multimedia provider. Also, let's move on. I would like to take this opportunity also to recognize our judges. We have one here, Mr. Nubu. Yeah. But let me also try to say some words about the judges, because these are really amazing people. Last year when we did the work, I know how they work. Okay, so let me start with Dr. Bernie Villegas. He's supposed to be here. Maybe he's just he's stuck in the traffic. He's a distinguished economist and author and professor of the University of Asia the Pacific. Okay, he's an amazing man. Next, Don Felbaum. We work very, very hard with Don. He's really a partner. He's a mentor. He will be here also. And, okay, where's John? Oh, there he is. Can you please give him a round of applause? Yeah, Don is very, very special to us. He really meant a lot for the country. He's doing a lot of work to promote Philippines. He's not really an American. He is a Filipino. He is, right? And next, let me move on. Edward Chang is not here, okay? Or he is here? He's the president of Korean Chamber of Commerce Philippines. He also worked very hard. Another great man that I would like to recognize is Mr. Francis Estrada. He's the chairman of the board of trustees of De La Salle University and formerly president and chief executive officer of the Asian Institute of Management. Okay, so please, even he's not here, can you applaud for him, please? And of course, Mr. Nobu Fuji, okay, vice president of the Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry of the Philippines. Let me go forward very, very, very quickly. Okay, the supporting sponsors, we have Dusit Hotel, Straight Arrows, of course, they're doing a lot of work. Of course, ABS-CBN, Catherine is here, right? Can you please give them a round of applause? Thank you. Net 25, they're supposed, I don't know if they're already here. They're supposed to be here with the president. TV5, they are here right now. Can you please allow for them? Mr. Ricky Allegri from Newspaper Business Mirror, where is he? All went out. Mr. Ricky is an amazing man. Also, he's been a partner and also promoting Philippines. Okay. So we also have Philippine Inquirer. Tina, where is? They're here. Okay. Can you please allow for them? And the next is the Philippine Star. And some of you I didn't mention. Sorry, but I would like to move on to Pastor Richard Mills or to Richard Mills, please.
Maybe I'll just get up and just walk around a bit so I can point people out. Okay, I'll just explain a little bit about the awards, just so people have some background and how we've done things and why we do things. Okay? We could go over the thing. It'll be a short description, so I hope you can. But I'm not trying to make it entertaining too. If we look at this first picture, okay, so the event is meant to be, we use the word to promote Philippines on the international stage as a premier business destination, which certainly it is these days. And if we look at this first picture, we put that up, that's from last year's event, the winners of last year's event. And what we're trying to make it, what we are making it, if you look at our table here, we've got a good mix of, international people and Filipinos and so forth. So and the winners are the same thing. It's meant to be a rainbow coalition with different kinds of people. There's vanilla ones and chocolate ones and all kinds of in between. And so we think that as a coalition like that, we've got a stronger case to make that Philippines is a good place to do business. Look, there's smiling people there who've done amazing things, and if they can do it, you can too, is the message that we're giving to the world, okay? So that's the premier purpose, and all of these people understand this. Our judges, Fuji-san, Don Felbaum, and so forth. So this is the idea, and I'll press upon this again, because we don't want to lose touch with this, but you might think that our sponsors, that while it's their company's money and whatever they got a job, but they take risks to be involved. There's people who ask questions. Well, why do you want to get involved with this? What's the advantage to the company? Is this an ego thing or something like this? So we need to remember that and support that. So anyway, if we can go to the next slide. How we do this is, I know we've used the words promote Philippines, but really we don't need to promote it. We just display Philippines. This is what other people are doing in Philippines, and their people are happy, people are successful, and they're smiling faces and so forth. So really that's the purpose, is we're displaying Philippine talent by recognizing the leaders and the leadership teams who've done well in Philippines. Okay? Okay. let's go through our judges in a bit more detail, because they are special guys and incredible guys. Bernie was on his way, and I don't know how many of you know Bernie, but he's easily Philippines' premier, or foremost economist. If you go to any bookstore, in the business or economic section, you can see 2 or 3 books at least of his. If any of you have taken economics courses in university, there's a good chance the textbooks were written by Bernie and so forth. And he's a strong-willed person. I remember last year in one of the awards, there was a company that had done really, really good work in Philippines, but there may have been some questions as to their methods. You know what I mean. And even though I made the case that, well, but look at the results, look what they did and the impact it had on Philippines and so forth. But he was one of the guys who said, no, there's a question about their means, and so it won't be considered by me. And in the end, his ideas held. So, really a special guy whose books I have read as well. Next, Don Felbaum, who you see, he's here today. Former president of the American Chamber of Commerce, has been in Philippines for 35 years, Don, more than half his life, so most of his working life, I would say. Has done a lot to bring a lot of American companies to Philippines, get them situated and so forth. Edward Chang, another fellow. This is another long-term Korean fellow. Many years in Philippines running a successful business, has brought many Korean businesses to Philippines. As many of you know, Koreans love Philippines because there's a lot coming here, setting up businesses and doing credible work, big work here, hiring lots of people. So pleasure to have him. Francis Estrada, another very strong-willed, powerful personality. Chairman of De La Salle University, former president, CEO of Asian Institute of Management, a former investment banker, been posted in different parts of the world over his career. A big pleasure to work with him as well. Fuji-san, our distinguished fellow from the Japanese Chamber of Commerce. And Fuji-san, how long have you been in Philippines? 11 years. And how much longer will you be in Philippines? Forever. That's what he said before. Yes, and also again, the Japanese community, obviously a very major player here, both on the business side and on the development side. So a pleasure to have a representative from Fuji-san. Okay. Oh, and then myself. Okay. Okay, awards. Okay, I'll just go through some of the awards just so you have some background. So there's 10 awards. 8 of them are group awards. We have 2 individual awards, CEO type awards, but most of the awards are group awards, and they're meant to, in Philippines, people are more, they recognize themselves as part of a group and form strong relationships with people. So it's more appropriate to have the majority of the awards as group awards. So we'll just go through. Okay, KPMG, our friends Noel Banoan, gave out the Executive Leadership Team Award to our other friends, BDO organization. As a coincidence, it happened. I'll tell you a funny story. Oh, it was. We had a call or whatever, a contact from Sujit, and they were anxious. Oh, this sounds like the kind of thing we would like to do, and we see a lot of opportunity in the Philippines and so on. But it was only a few weeks before the event. So we went through so it was too late, it wasn't enough time. In the end, though, it turned out that BDO, for very good reasons, many of you know BDO 10 years ago was a middling bank like a dozen or more others. Now it's the nation's largest bank, and always seem to be at the forefront for every new technology or product or different things like that. And it was a coincidence, unbeknownst to any, that this was Amex's local partner. So that's just a bit of background. There's no conspiracy. It's just that's the way it worked out. Northgate or Windsor will be giving the Best Employer Organization of the Year this year, because they are the world's largest, I understand, or one of the largest HR systems organization. In Philippines, partly because of nice people and they work hard and so forth, and they come to our events and so. But they've done very well. So within Philippines, not only have they moved a lot of their global processing work here, but it's become a major market in Southeast Asia for the organization, and I think that's fair. And they've gotten involved right from day one. So really a pleasure to have them involved. Okay, the PLDT, the Global Filipino Executive of the Year Award. Now last year, Manny Pangilinan won that award hands down. The judges, we looked at the various distinguished, amazing people that worked, but Manny Pangilinan felt this was, won this award. So PLDT, when we contacted them last year, they had a bunch of things on the go, so couldn't quite fit it in with them. But we recognize them as a founding sponsor of the International ICT Awards. We went to them years ago when the BPO industry was a very, very small industry then, but growing quickly. They jumped right away. Even we were at a restaurant, even before we had ordered, I think they'd already said yes. So really a strong promoter strong promoter and supporter of Philippines as a nation and so forth. So a pleasure to deal with them. And if you look at the numbers of people that they have here, Jovi, who's quite a senior fellow, Risa, we have Pressy, we have Mitch now. They've just acquired. So a nice support and pleasure to be working with them. Jovi, very nice. But they chose to give the Global Filipino Executive of the Year Award because that was the award they gave to Manny last year. Okay? Jones Lang LaSalle, the Expatriate Executive of the Year Award. We try to make this, again, the Rainbow Coalition. We want to have a special award for a Filipino who's done some amazing things, as well as for an expat working in Philippines with Filipinos who's done something amazing. Okay? So please. Most innovative. The picture on the right is a company called the Net Group, a prominent real estate developer company here who've done really innovative work here. So they won the Innovative Leadership Team Award. This year we're introducing a Quality Excellence Award. Also Getty Images, Get Creative will be giving a Sales and Marketing Team of the Year Award. On the right there we have a special award, an individual lifetime contributor award given to the fellow in the middle named Oscar Sanyas, which, just for some background, the business process outsourcing industry here is a very prominent industry. And we have Mitch Loxon, who was the former executive director of the Business Processing Association of Philippines. And when we initially contrived of another award called the International ICT Awards to promote that industry, we worked with Mitch and later on with this fellow, Oscar Sanyas. He, along with Mitch and others, of course, but they have made that the Business Process Association of Philippines into really one of only two of the premier business associations for that industry in the world. They stand side by side with only the Indians in the world. So really a monumental achievement. This is the kind of people that we want to highlight, and the more we recognize these kinds of people and teams, we think the more we'll get, the more others will want to be like them and emulate them and do great things as well. Okay? So, please. Okay. The other thing we'd like to do this year, which we discovered last year, is women are so much more emotionally expressive and interesting on the stage than men. I'm nothing against men, but when we had this is a gal who ran head of anyone can nominate except the judges. We determined, right? But anybody else can nominate. But we're less. They made money for the organization themselves, but they have to do something that's a bit more than that. Something that does develop the capability. And that's what we're looking for. So they made a strong contribution to the development of the country's economic capabilities and growth. Okay, we don't want to gather people who really want to participate in
foreigners.
The entire nation. Okay. The event to show support for the country and the event and so forth. Because if we have a good looking event, and the final event is November the 10th. The submissions are due roughly 2 weeks before the event. They give the judges time, as Fuji-san knows, that it does take a bit of time to go through the final list. It's a lot of work. Last year we had 150 nominations, so we expect a lot more than that this year. Okay, just I was in trouble sometimes. Really, and to take real risks with their profession. So we want to have as many of you come as possible. It's expensive. I know we can't. Am I allowed to buy all of them? No, but we like to have as many of them. It is expensive, but I'll just give a bit of background, because what I mentioned that our sponsors take risks to be involved with this. Questions are asked. Why? But they were keen to go, but when they saw other, quality people involved,